Well, guys, here's our next victim. You can see up there, that's the barn from the first pond we did. Now we're on to the second pond. So we got our line in here. We've been draining this for a couple weeks, a little 2-inch line. Had a couple of them in here. I'll show you where this thing was leaking. I think it was right here. There's a bunch of rocks right in here somewhere, and it was just going right through. Maybe it's right over here. Pouring out of it. Yeah, right in here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna strip this whole dam, just get all the vegetation off of it and stuff, put it over to this side. Then we're gonna take and cut a bench around here and pull all the dirt from this bench and then bring it back in across here, repack this dam in. It's steep. Man, it's a little muddy here. I tell you what, we got a ton of rain the last couple days. Imagine that. It's got just a natural swell here for its overflow, no pipes or nothing like that. So yeah, today what I'm gonna do, I'm just go ahead and go over here and get this prepped, strip all the material off that, and get our bench start cut in, get some dirt piled up here so we can get it ready to move. Then my cousin will be here tomorrow, and he'll have the track and we can get a game plan, see what we're gonna do. I just want to get out here today, not much else to do. Like I said, we got a ton of rain, a few of my other jobs I can't even get to. So once I pull this topsoil or peel this grass back and stuff, it'll be good. Won't be wet. When you're doing these pond dams, you want a little moisture anyway to pack that dirt around here when we re-key this. Start peeling this topsoil back, putting it up in piles. Of course, I'm about out of dang fuel. I brought my freaking transfer tank today. I ain't used it in about 3 years. Of course, I don't know how something could have got plugged up in a line or what, but pump's pumping, but it just ain't pushing it through the hose. Always something. So luckily, I had a little drill siphon in my truck. I used that to put 10 gallons in maybe. Took me about 25 minutes. Vegetation here off the pond dam. I can already tell this pond dam's got a ton of rock in it. Well, guys, let's go see where we're at. I'll show you guys something why this pond dam's failing. Got all these big rocks in it. Look at all those. That's just me pushing through here. Those rocks came out of the face of that dam. Look at this. They're all over in here. So what we're gonna do, I'm not really gonna do much more today. Wait till he gets here at the track. I'm gonna have him scoop all this stuff. We're gonna throw it the backside of the dam so we can lessen the steepness of this dam. We're gonna take everything out of the front of this, put it back there, and then we're gonna get all our new clay here and then put it around. But what I'm gonna do is get like a flat bench cut in here. That way he can set back there with the excavator and start digging our new key. We want to go about 4 foot below that original line where it was leaking. Like I said, we found the leak when it was raining, and then we came out and drained it. It's a big couple rocks, and it's going between them. Look at that big bad boy. The leak's right in here somewhere. I think it's, we'll get down in there tomorrow. You can see the rocks are all turned up. They're right there. So then what, right, yeah, you can see it right there. So what we're gonna do then, we find out, we're gonna chase it all the way through the dam and lay this dam open, and then rebuild that back in there and compact everything in. We're gonna rent a riding sheepfoot roller too to put all this back together. It'll come together nicely. I'll tell you what, guys, right here, I'm a freaking idiot. So my cousin called me. Well, he asked how things are going. I texted him and said, good, I can't work too long. I said, my fuel transfer won't work. Don't know what it is. I haven't used this thing in like 3 years. He's like, man, try reversing your wires. It might be pumping backwards. I'm like, You know, I did put new ends on that thing, but I did black and black and red. Good idea. Let me have a look, see. I'll be dang. That's what the problem was. I had the plus on the negative, negative on the plus, which was kicking it in reverse. I must have wired it wrong when I did it. Who knows? But that's figured out, because I was going to go home, tear that whole pump apart, blow the lines out, figure everything out. I already got diesel fuel on my truck just from messing with it this morning. That's why I don't like using that truck for a work truck. I was gonna buy me like a little Chevy Colorado just for a work truck so I can get in and out, put some little buckshot mutters on it or something. But oh well, what do you do? I spent my Colorado money on getting my pool installed. Well guys, this is it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, when he's here, it'll really need a track hoe because we're gonna have him, that's too steep. Have to have him get up there, pull that vegetation up, and then I can get it up over the hill. Then we're gonna shoot our water line where it flows over and mark that out along here. And then we're probably gonna make this pond bigger. You know, dig all this out and use that for the dam, and then lessen this. Well guys, hope you enjoyed. Wasn't really much to enjoy. I didn't really do a whole bunch, but we'll be back here tomorrow on that beast, pushing that dirt across there. Well guys, we're back for day 2. Just noticed I left my fuel cap off the Dozer yesterday when I was filling it. Stopped at the old little general store, got me some breakfast. Let's see what it looks like. Look at that. I tell you, where we're at out here, it's like God's country. That little old general store, it's like taking a step back in time. Maybe the next time I come out here in the morning, I'll get you guys a video of what it's like going in there. Like I said, it's like a step back in time. I brought 50 more gallons of fuel. We'll top that Dozer off. And then I'm gonna set the laser up, shoot the overflow there for the dry. I don't know what they call it, dry something. Dry overflow, and then flag all this to see where the water line's gonna be. I have a feeling it's gonna be up there pretty good. Get some fuel in this thing and we'll get going. Got my battery cables hooked up opposite. Should be pumping. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Got me a little air freshener. for the old dozer. Woo! Smells pretty good. I bought that for the Mini. I bought that for the Mini because mice keep getting up in there and dying, I think. And it been stinking. This dozer inside just kind of smells old. Let's get this bad boy fired up. Tell you what, guys, crawling around this equipment, I'm always slipping and falling. I was trying to wash the window on my truck the other day. I fell and gashed my leg, and ain't no spring chicken anymore. She's surging. Let her suck every last bit out. Look, blowing out steam. I need to get that filter back in there. I took that out yesterday. I thought it might have been clogged up. But here I just had the cables hooked up wrong. Never would have thought that. I was going to go home and tear this whole thing apart. Got the laser set up on the dozer track. We'll go shoot this over here. I don't know why, but one thing I hate doing, I hate getting out that tripod for the laser and setting the laser up. I don't know why. Just don't like it. Got my height to that for the overflow here. And let's go, I'm gonna go shoot our water level line over there. It's gonna raise this pond up a bunch. Look here, guys, I wanna show you something. Look what I got here. Look at that. Ain't that nice? Orschell Excavating. Custom flags. Well, guys, we got our game plan. What we're gonna do. What that kind of changes by the minute. Got my battery here for my radio. I'm gonna throw a podcast on and get with it. Andy Fasuella or whatever, Fasella. It's got a new one out I want to listen to. Good time to catch up when you're dozing.
Taught you something that you think is important.
Starting to push this, some of this topsoil crap off this back side so we can lessen the taper on this dam. It's a steep one. Big dozer don't like to back up. I got that in there yesterday. But this is more to go. Steep. Starting to cut our bench across. He's throwing all that over the back and we're going to use that to taper the dam. Look how much topsoil's on this front side. It's normally not like that. Normally you're getting this clay and nasty stuff. A lot of rock, that's why it's leaking. I'll show you guys the hole up there. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to, I opened that up too much. That thing's burning my puffer up. I could like taste cherries in the back of my throat now. Too much of a good thing. And them home fries I got from that little corner store, not setting too well with me. Well, guys, we're hitting our stride and blew a hydraulic line. I blew it way down there and I just backed up here enough to get it out of there just in case it rains or whatever. I won't be back here tomorrow, which we got rain tomorrow. I tell you what, with older equipment like this, guys, that's what you're always up against, hydraulic lines and stuff blowing. That's why I made the investment to buy my other stuff brand new. Let's take a look here and see what the cut looks like. Man, look at all these rocks in here. Like I said before, a lot of topsoil. Getting in the clay back there, but look at all these rocks. Did you get a hold of him?
No, I left him a message.
He was up there before in the tractor, I think.
Well, they would run up there and keep it around.
Here's the hole, guys, I was going to show you. I told you about. We marked it with a stick. That's right here. It's going out through there and through there. So when we get to this, we're going to chase it back through the dam, clean it up. But we're going to go hunt down the neighbor farmer, see if we can find some tools. It's my kind of work environment. Chickens and cats and farm. Is them the cow right there, Grinder, that's the Wagyu?
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
So these cows right here are the Japanese Wagyu, which, how they Japanese if we're in America? We should call them Chinese Wagyu, because we're getting taken over by China. Them right there, he said they're, what, $25,000 a head?
That's what they said. I think they got some of them brown cows mixed in though. I don't think those are Wagyu.
Little mixture. 25,000 a head. More than a few minutes later and we got a wrench. We went to the little hardware store down there and boy, they know they got you. What was that wrench? $75 for a pipe wrench.
I think so.
Yeah, so we were in the hardware store and a guy walked in that Grinder rode the bus with, and he had that wrench, so I returned the one I bought. We got that one. They know they got you down there, don't they?
This don't get it off. I don't think anything will.
That's why I told Idaho and Grinder, if somebody opened a Tractor Supply down there, they'd be printing money. Because there's nothing down here. Might want to tighten a little bit more. Can you get any leverage on it? You can stand up on that hood.
Yeah, it's so slick.
Grinder's used to replacing hoses in difficult spots.
Fuck yeah.
That Traco, what you did about every one, didn't you?
Just about.
That one took you months to get to, didn't it? It was under the belly pan and stuff.
I don't know if it took me months.
It sit there for a
I'll
little
tell
bit.
you what, I don't know if I want to put that much pressure on this block.
I know, I see that. Probably need to hold that block and get a wrench on it.
Yeah, if you want to hold the block with that.
You have a Sawzall?
Well,
that wrench there is too big to get in there to loosen that up. It's hitting against the machine, so we're just gonna cut the hose. I thought he had a multi-tool, but he didn't. There's a guy working on the barn up there. I'm sure he'll have something. Grinder's buddy.
My buddy's son.
Oh, is that the farmer's son?
Yeah. That's who he said is here.
Oh no, the dude that's doing the interior work.
No, not him.
Oh, he's up there now.
Oh yeah. Oh, he'll definitely have something. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He's probably got a Sawzall or something. But then we're in next to here.
Grinder's one of Grinder's other jobs. He's a TV installer.
Home theater installation.
Yeah. He's got an ultimate set of tools. He can fix it. You guys comment down below. Let me know what movie that's from.
Dude, my dad's got an awesome set of tools.
Oh, it's ultimate. I just watched it. Ultimate set of ultimate. Yeah.
Awesome.
I thought it was awesome too, but he's like, it's an ultimate set of tools. Dude, I could fix it. Comment down below. Let me know what movie that's from, guys. Show your age. Grinder was walking over to his machine. He's replaced so many lines on that, he just assumed that's where we were going to work on. Got some little podunk hacksaw. It's got about 25% teeth left up on the very top. We'll see what that does for us. It's like we're breaking out of jail, just a little piece at a time. Yeah, hold them up there.
There you go. God, it looks good.
You gotta look at the camera and smile.
Fucking professional, right?
Hey, put that hose in your mouth, grinder.
Well, guys, that's it for me today. We got that hose hacked in half. Now I'm off to the hydraulic shop. I'll take you down there and show you that. Those guys are usually pretty cool. That's where I get all my hydraulic lines. You guys know what I'm dealing with, what I'm up against, dude. We were just hitting our stride, getting a lot of work done, and bam. And like I said, we're not close to anything. We're out in the middle of, well, you guys know, you've seen the videos when me and Idaho were messing with the dozer. There's nothing close. It's getting close to where that leak was. I want to see when you dig out where that leak was. And look at all that topsoil. Solid rock, he said. That water just gets down in the channels of them rock. Idaho love them rocks, wouldn't you guys? Yep. Yeah, I just got off the phone with. I talked to Casey at Kennedy Welding, asked him about my excavator. He said it's all done, just needs to be put together. I'll tell you what, they've been good people to deal with. Just like us, hardworking Americans. Just getting it every day. Then I talked to Steve, my concrete guy. I'm waiting on that stuff to stain my concrete with, the dark gray. And he said, "Well, you up to?" I said, "Well, I'm fixing a hydraulic hose." He said, "Sell it all." He said, "You don't know how many times I added up how much money I got in equipment and what that would buy me in rentals." He said, "Buy rentals, get rid of it all." Well, she had a concrete company, an excavation company. That's who I bought the 120 from. And he had like 20-some employees. He said the same thing though. He said, "We're just glutton for punishment." Well, that's what I told him. That's why I told him I was a glutton for punishment. He said, "I know." He said, "I sold all my stuff and then went to the auction, rebought it all, and then had to work on everything." It's in our DNA, guys. We can't get away from it. We don't run from hard work, we run at it. Let's see if we can find that vein, what was going through it. Right there's the sticker, it was marked. Should be right there. There's a big hole right there. There's where it was going. See how it's clean and you can see water's been running. Right there's the big hole, one of them.
Let me chase it.
Yeah, I can't believe they put these big rocks in here, but when they did these older ponds, they just, you know, a lot of times just pushed them up for the cows. And this one here, they would have had some pretty good equipment on it, you would think. Yeah, see all the roots and stuff down through here, guys? That's what happens. Trees get in there and start growing roots. See all them roots, and then the water follows the roots. You can see a path back down through there. Look at all these roots. That's what happens. Roots get down in there, water follows them. Find a channel along these rocks. Then your pond's leaking. Before there was two bass here getting frogs that were coming in the water. Well, guys, off to the hydraulic shop. Let's go. Well, guys, about an hour later, but we're here at the hydraulic shop. These guys that are always fixing my hydraulic lines for me. I'm gonna get an extra one too, just to have it, because I'm sure it's probably the same age as this one, and it probably will blow. How's it going? Huh? Just more malfunctions. Got our hoses made. That was quick, pretty much painless. I got a spare. If anything, it's just an insurance policy that the other ones won't blow. There's my cherry scent that was burning my nose up. Tell you what, guys, stick with us, see how this one turns out. You might want to subscribe so you don't miss anything. You guys know what to do. We'll catch you back there tomorrow.